This video, I'm going to make what's called the Bomac Spring quarterback. Here are the several ones I've tried to make already. This is my first attempt, and you see this is more like a jack-in-the-box. It's terrible, it's unreliable, but I learned from this. I stumbled across this one. This one's be my best one. It's nice and stiff. It's accurate. I really like this one. This is the one where I first tried the video, which obviously I'm not going to post. I made it, it ended up being just as springy as this guy. And then what I tried to do is I tried to use the epoxy, which I'll show you. And I tried to make only a little piece of this spring active, but this one's still a little bit like a jack-in-the-box. It's a failure here. So, I've learned from that, and I'm going to make a Bomac quarterback out of this. So, step number one is I bought this spring assortment from Amazon, and I'll post a link on the website. We're going to use an extension spring. So I'm going to snip off one of these, and what I'm going to do on the other one is I'm going to take this and bend it. So you can see what I did on this. I took that other, the spring loop that sits at the end here, and basically just bent it so it's parallel with the bottom of that, and just gives the epoxy more room to attach. I've taken my non-tweaking pliers and just bent this thing, this last loop over here. So this is what's going to sit against the platform. I'm going to take a pair of snips. I'm going to lop off this bar, which we don't need. I'm going to lop off the kicking tee, which is not part of this quarterback. For the quarterback, the mistake I made on this guy was I lopped it right off under the loop, like here. What you really want to do is you want to go already past, where his calf starts. Let's see, right here. In the spring, I only want to make a few of these coils active. The rest of them are just going to be for show. I'm going to allow the spring to go berserk like this, where you see how this one looks like a slinky, right? It's all the way from there all the way to there where it's active, and there's absolutely no accuracy. This guy, when he throws the ball, it sometimes shoots straight up in the air. Worthless. So when I put it in the spring, yeah, so now it's, I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up. It looks like there's a good 1/4 inch or so between the bottom of this and the bottom of the spring when I jam him in there. Let me introduce you to the epoxy. There's two different kinds, right? This is from the same manufacturer. It's called JB Weld. It's a 2-part epoxy. You mix equal parts of this. It stinks a little bit. I use a paper plate. I use this knife. Here's some of the stuff that's congealed from past experiments. But they also have one. So this one, I'm sorry. The normal JB Weld, it says, where is this? It sets in 4 to 6 hours and it cures in 15 to 24. In other words, you put this on the next day, you could use it. This one, I don't remember exactly what the curing time is, but it sets in, it says it'll set in 4 minutes. I think it cures in a matter of a handful of hours. Certainly don't want these things sticking up. So what I'm taking is, this is 100 grit paper. And the reason I'm using something coarse is I want this surface that I'm going to be epoxying, I want it to have ridges and grooves. Alright, so I've scuffed this up pretty well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a few grooves in a checkerboard fashion. So, I'm not going crazy with this. I'm not going crazy with pressing down on this. I'm just doing a little bit. I've got a little checkerboard pattern there. Got my spring, got my platform, and my quarterback. I'm going to mix equal parts of this. You see I'm getting close to the end of this. I'm getting at least halfway done with this. Alright. That should be enough. It's a little bit bigger than the size of a pea. I think this is the hardener. This one is harder to get it out, as a matter of fact. It doesn't look equal. There we go. Now the quick weld, like it says, sets in 4 minutes. You really don't have that much time before it before it becomes too hard to adjust. So, and I'm just going to do this until I don't see any gray swirls. That's about it. Alright, so now here's the trick. So put the knife off to the side. I'm going to take my spring with the side that has the little loop on it, and I'm going to squish it around in here. Trying not to get my fingers all full of this garbage this time. And I'm going to put it right on those grooved up thingies, on the groove marks on the base. I'm going to press down just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy pressing down, this stuff will stick. Now for this guy who's going to set all the way in there, I'm just going to run him through the muck, the epoxy. I'm trying to coat it almost all the way up to that little that O where the kicker leg would go in. If this guy were a kicker. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to try to center him. That looks good. And I'm just going to hold him here for a few minutes, because I don't want him to fall over. Actually, I don't think he's going to. Actually, I'm not going to hold him for a few minutes. Since he's going pretty far down into the spring, I don't even have to hold him. And I'm not worried about the little bit of this epoxy that's flowing over, because that part of the spring, just like in this guy, these first handful of coils, they don't open. Really, you're only talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coils that are moving. So I'm going to let this set, and then we'll see how it turned out. Alright, so it's not quite cured. Let me, it's hard to move right now, so it's not quite cured. It's been about an hour or so. Okay, here, I just kind of cracked it a little bit. So, the problem was initially it looks like the glue was all the way in there. So what I did is I just moved it. This one's going to turn out pretty well, I think. Alright, I'm going to let it continue curing. Alright, so it's cured at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top and just crush it with these are the Xuron 485 pliers. And I'm just going to crush the top here, so instead of having that round little ball there, now I've got this little flat piece that I can pull. This is still a little bouncy for my taste, but we'll see how it performs. Okay, just flattening this out. I still like the one that I had made before, which is a little stiffer, so it's only got a few of the coils that are participating in the bend back. This one's got maybe 1 or 2, I don't know, maybe the springs are different, I'm not sure. Again, here's the guy we just made. It's a little bouncy for my taste, but let's see how he performs. Put him here, and it's not bad. Not bad, I like it. For a slightly longer pass. That's not bad at all. A nice little short pass here. That's it, it's a catch. I still like this one, and I'm not sure what exactly the difference is, how far down I went, but this guy seems to just have 2 or 3 coils that are participating. I like that.